Welcome to the Tea Huddle with Marisa and Kelly.
Your only source for gridiron gossip. If you like football
and you like gossip,
then this is the podcast for you.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope everyone had a great holiday and is getting ready for the new year or getting ready for their fantasy football championship. For those of you out there that are still in it, this is me not gloating and not bragging that I made the championship.
Yeah, you're in the finals.
Very excited. I was the underdog in my playoff round and pulled it through.
I was following along. It was exciting to watch.
It really was. Thanks, Lamar Jackson. Thanks, Mike Evans. Thanks,
Breece Hall.
Breece Hall. Yeah, big thanks to Breece Hall. No thanks to the Green Bay Packers defense, but we pulled it off anyway. So everybody root for me for the championship. There's money on the line here, and there's proof that you can win without people who hit their
that's what we're really
significant others. Yeah, exactly. So my Christmas wishes were coming true.
I know they didn't for Chiefs and 49ers fans, though, who both suffered upsets.
Yes, there was a lot of Christmas week football. Kelly, break it down for us. Give us a recap of everything that went down.
Yeah, so I guess starting with those games, the Chiefs lost to the Raiders and the 49ers lost to the Ravens. Both were pretty shocking. We'll get into the Chiefs game in a little bit more detail because there's a lot to digest there.
I have a lot to say.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. But for some more updates, the Eagles barely eked out a win over the Giants, who ended up putting in Tyrod
by Tommy Cutler.
Yeah, over our boy Tommy.
Oh, sad to see him go.
I think Tyrod's expected to start in week 17. So, yeah, sorry, Tommy. The Patriots, they were able to put a complete game together against the Broncos. I don't know if I wanted them to or not, but...
Right. Oh, so now they are like slipping away from top draft
I mean,
picks.
I always love to see a win. Yeah. It was really exciting. The Dolphins proved that they can beat a team with a winning record after their win against the Cowboys. And the Browns are 3-1 with Joe Flacco as the starting quarterback as a strong playoff contender.
I feel like things are getting shifted around, a little scrambled up.
Scrambled. We do want to dig into the Chiefs' loss. We talked a few weeks ago about how Mahomes had a meltdown.
Right, because when Josh Allen was trying to good game him at the end, he was muttering about how bad of a call the correct call was.
This week, there are some more meltdowns, this time more from Travis Kelce.
Helmets were thrown.
This marks his 5th straight game without a touchdown. So he is very frustrated.
Yeah.
He was seen in the first half of the game launching his helmet at a water cooler on the sidelines. One staff member tried to give it back to him, and the coach, Andy Reid, said, no, he doesn't deserve
he's
this
in
back.
timeout.
Yeah, he's in timeout.
So everybody, as we talked about weeks ago with the whole Jessica Simpson, Tony Romo issue of the past, people are starting to say Taylor Swift's a distraction. Is it Taylor's fault that they're losing? Which is misogynistic and wrong.
Yeah.
There are coaches, there's players.
There's a lot more.
A lot more than a girl in the stands who's dating one of the players. If he can't focus while in a relationship, that's also not on her. That's on him.
I feel like a lot of the receivers have dropped a lot of passes.
Yeah. So maybe that's their problem.
Clay Travis, who said that Taylor Swift is the Chiefs' Yoko Ono.
It's a little funny, but it's rude.
Yeah.
Skip Bayless tweeted, feels like it's about time to call Taylor Swift a distraction. What do you think, Patrick? Andy? How about you, Travis?
Like, does he expect the coach to not allow her to come to games?
Right. Or to be like, actually, you're right. The reason we're not playing great football is because there's one of the tens of thousands of people in the stands. Right.
Which maybe it was Santa Claus. Maybe Santa was the distraction. Her brother was dressed up during the game. Right?
Yeah.
Is that her brother?
It was her brother. Yeah. So Taylor came on Christmas Day. I mean, this is big relationship news. You're changing your Christmas Day plans, not just for you, the whole family. Her parents, who are quietly divorced, I think it was never announced in a big way, but they are not together. They both came together to the game. Her brother came to the game. Travis's dad came to the Christmas Day game. Travis's mom was at the Eagles game with Kylie. I think they were selling her cookies to raise money for autism awareness.
Nice.
So the whole family was involved, just not all at at the same game. I loved that it was a family affair. I didn't love that now people are turning
I know,
on
just
her.
let them enjoy the holidays with their family.
But you know who's like more ravenous of a fan base than the NFL? It's the Swifties. So they're not taking this lying down.
Yeah.
They're like out for
They'll
Skip
stand up for
Bayless.
her.
They're out for Clay Travis.
Yeah.
She's got a strong defense.
So does the Raiders, apparently, because the Chiefs gave up 2 defensive touchdowns in under a minute. One was a fumbled handoff that resulted in a Raiders touchdown, defensive touchdown. And then right after, there was a pick 6 by Jack Jones,
Who stared Mahomes down while he was running
yeah.
into the end zone with the ball. It was menacing. And then to top it all off, Isaiah Pacheco, also on my team. He usually does great. He got injured and he walked over to the medical table. What do you call it?
Yeah, the medical tent. I saw this.
And goes to sit on the table to get checked out. And the table collapses under
I
him.
don't know how that happened.
It just summarized their whole day.
Yeah.
Like
Everything
things
that
were
could go wrong
crumbling
would go
under
wrong.
that. It was everything that could go wrong did. Somebody's got to get fired for that, right? For
Right,
not setting
yeah.
up the table properly.
He has a concussion and now he's going to go fall off a table. Like,
Not good.
that can't help.
No, not a great Christmas for the Chiefs. All right, that was a lot of on-field material so far. Let's take it off the field with some relationship content, which is what I'm here for. So we've talked before about Olympic gymnast Simone Biles being married to, I sort of want to say some random football player, but safety Jonathan Owens. This week, he made the news in a much bigger way than he has for any of his football playing so far.
He plays for the Packers and
Yes.
he's been fine, but this was the most newsworthy event.
So far for him, definitely. So they together went on Ryan Clark's podcast. That's a retired football player. And they were telling what could have been a sweet, nice story about how they met. They got married earlier this year. But instead...
Simona's smiling. They both look really happy while they're telling this.
So happy.
The cute story.
She is looking at him while he's saying what he ends up saying. She's looking at him with... She's the real life heart eye emoji.
Yeah.
Just like stars in her eyes while she looks at him. He's basically saying he had no idea who she was when they met, which is, I guess, not his fault, even though she's the most decorated gymnast in the history of the sport.
Everyone knows who she is.
She has a Presidential Medal of Freedom, and he was an undrafted free agent, but neither here nor there. He says he had no idea who she was. He was only really interested when he saw how many followers she had. And
Which is like, that's a red flag. Like,
Huge.
he's just looking for someone who is famous.
Yeah, they met on Raya, and so I guess it's linked to your Instagram. He went and was like, oh, she must be somebody. She has so many followers. Still didn't know who she was. She started messaging him. He wasn't even sure if he wanted to respond, I think, until he saw how many followers she had. And then he goes on to say that he was the catch in the relationship.
Yeah.
Not just that, but he thinks
All men.
the man is always the catch.
Yeah, I don't understand what he's saying there at all.
And he doubles down. Like, so the host is sort of prodding at him like, oh, so you're saying that like she booked you.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, definitely. Like,
ridiculous. I can't believe he said all of this like so confidently and didn't think it like would offend people.
Yeah. So when the host goes, oh, so she really booked you. He said, she did though. I was fighting it. I was afraid to commit.
Yeah. Come on. Why do you have to share this with the whole world?
Yeah. This like some things can be private, actually, private thoughts. He said, when she won the Olympics, I was in college. We didn't have NBC. We didn't have the Olympics channels. And we were in training camp in late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention. I never had a moment where I would have watched her.
That's also disrespectful that he's not watching any of the Olympics, like the best athletes in the whole world.
Yeah. The internet was not having this. Everyone immediately goes to his Instagram and is flooding it with comments. Mr. Simone Biles. I didn't even know who you were till I Googled you. And what I Googled was Simone Biles' husband. Et cetera, et cetera. But she's standing by him and they're both posting about how unbothered they are.
Yeah.
They're in it. I mean, we want them to be happy.
We do.
It's
they
nice
just got married.
Yes. Someone dug up an old tweet from 2012 where he tweeted, this is a quote. I'm quoting his tweet. Okay. Why is there an Asian coach for the USA girls gymnast? Gymnast is spelled wrong. So the fact that it's spelled wrong shows how sleuthy somebody had to be to even dig that up. So obviously somebody went to his Twitter and was like, I'm trying to prove that he knew who she was, known, that he would have known. It doesn't prove that, because I guess you can know that gymnastics is going on without knowing who the star of the team is. It doesn't necessarily prove he's lying, but it does prove that he sucks.
Yeah.
Furthermore,
he's always saying dumb shit.
Yeah, that it since 2012 he's been saying dumb shit.
Yeah.
So we're not like rooting for their downfall because she deserves to be happy and in love, but we think she has terrible taste in a man.
Yeah, or maybe if he could realize what he is saying is offensive and apologize to his wife.
Yeah.
At least to her.
Right.
Maybe he is behind closed doors.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But she posted something on Twitter or Instagram. Are you guys done yet? Because people keep bringing it up. She's over it. So I guess we can let it go.
But from here on out, he will be known as Mr. Simone Biles.
Definitely. Our last top story of the week is about the recent benches and suspensions. Oh, I want to so badly say benches and suspensions, but anyway, the recent benches and suspensions, and some are juicy.
To me.
Yeah, it like rhymes enough. It just feels like the rhyme is right there. But anyway, they're a little juicy.
I will start with the one that's juicy in the football sense that I think is juicy. Yeah. Russell Wilson, the quarterback for the Broncos, has been benched for the final 2 games to back up Jared Stidham to avoid Wilson getting hurt in the final few games. And they don't want to avoid injury on him for a reason you would think, like the Broncos preparing for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Instead, it's speculated that this is all financially motivated, which is shady for Russell.
Yeah.
So Russell Wilson, he's owed $37 million for next season. Oof. But if he gets hurt in the next 2 games, the Broncos won't be able to release him and they'll have to pay him out for that amount. But if he's healthy, it's assumed that they're looking to part ways with him at the end of the season.
Oh, right. So he's guaranteed something like $35 million
guaranteed
for this
35,
season.
Yeah, for this season.
But
looking ahead.
Yeah.
Next season. Mm-hmm. It sounds like to me they would rather not make the playoffs potentially because it's not that likely, but there still is a path for them. But they'd rather not even risk that and just bench Wilson and trade him next year. Start over.
Yeah, they have a 6% chance.
I guess it's not that high, but
I know, but it's possible. And they're basically saying we'll eat that chance.
We'll eat that chance.
We'll eat that chance to save $37 million.
And they say it's because they believe in Jared Stidham and he's the path
Liar.
to success. But I don't buy that.
So Russell Wilson has been liking tweets, which I love because it's sort of a quiet way of sharing your opinion and thoughts. It's not quite as bold as like going on Instagram Live and being like,
saying how you really
fuck
feel.
the front office. But he liked a tweet Wednesday night that says they threatened to bench him weeks ago if he didn't remove his injury guarantees from his contract. So he's confirming that this is true by his likes are binding.
And then it actually is because of that clause about his injuries.
Which is why
not the way he's playing.
Right. Because he's been playing well, I think.
He's been playing decent. I mean, he did just lose to the Patriots, but
and we all know the Patriots. So just kidding. They don't. They won. They beat Russell Wilson.
That's a tough situation to be in because you know that they don't want to keep you.
Yeah.
I mean, what do? You get injured? You don't want to get injured.
No.
You don't want to play.
Show them.
Yeah.
I'll show them. I'll tear my Achilles.
You don't want to play for a team that doesn't want you to play for them.
Yeah. And the fact that they're saying it's not financially motivated.
Yeah, they're not going to own up to that. But it sounds like that tweet kind of gives it all away.
Right. I'd be maybe the most mad about that. If you're publicly saying it's in the best interest of the team for playing reasons that you bench me. So he's letting us know what's up by liking many. It's not just that one. He's going on a liking spree. And I appreciate that. Thanks, Russell. Like more stuff.
Yeah. Let's get the real story out there.
Yeah. So that's the benching. And then the suspensions. Also on Wednesday, while Russell's liking all these tweets, Jair Alexander on the Green Bay Packers got a 1-game suspension for conduct detrimental to the team, which is my new favorite suspension because it's mysterious. It is loaded.
Yeah.
And I had never heard about this until last week. 2 Colts players were suspended for 3 games.
Ooh.
For conduct detrimental to the team.
Yeah, I feel like it just shows that you're not a team player at that.
Yeah. And that what you're doing can harm the whole team.
Yeah.
It's just like, ooh.
That sounds like a bad one.
Really bad. Well, before we get to Alexander on the Packers, let's go back to these Colts players, Isaiah McKenzie and Tony Brown, who were suspended last week for 3 games. We still don't know why. The only thing we've gotten so far from the head coach, who's told reporters there's going to be a standard and people are going to be held accountable.
For what?
What did they do? So we've got very little to go on. The only thing we have is somebody did slide in. So we posted about this on Instagram. By the way, everybody follow at the Tea Huddle. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, anywhere, find us everywhere. So we posted when the suspension happened, like, what is this? Why are they suspended? What is the conduct detrimental to the team? And somebody responded and said the rumor that they heard was that they were suspended for hunting birds, one being a bald eagle.
Crazy.
Which would be wild if they were suspended for killing a bald eagle.
When do they have the time to go hunting?
Definitely. But so
would they be arrested for that?
Right. And like, is it detrimental to the team or to nature?
It is detrimental to the whole world.
To the whole world. Which, if it's detrimental to the whole world, shouldn't it be more than just 3 games? But so when we got that nugget, we had to look into it.
Yes, and we appreciate the nugget.
Yes, please send all the nuggets this way. We will look into them. We'll either debunk or confirm. This week we're debunking.
Yes, we think the confusion on this one is we found that the father of a Colts player, Rodney Thomas, who is a safety.
So not either of these guys. But their teammate.
Yeah, he was arrested this summer for shooting. His dad,
yeah.
Rodney Thomas Sr., actually. He was arrested this summer for shooting and killing a bald eagle. And he turned himself in and is facing 1 year of jail and a $5,000 fine.
Wow.
So I think maybe that's where that confusion came through on the Colts.
The bald eagle wires got crossed. Something like it was like Mad Libs. Like, okay, there's like a bald eagle, there's the Colts, there's detrimental conduct, but it didn't quite land with the facts. So we don't know.
Yeah,
we still
there's another incident, but
unless there's just like a trend of Colts players out there killing bald eagles, which hopefully there's not. Hopefully it was just this one Colt and this one bald eagle. So we still don't know what
they did.
But that brings us now back to Jair Alexander, who on Wednesday got suspended from the Packers, not the Colts. It has nothing to do with the bald eagle. I thought we were going to be left wondering what his conduct detrimental to the team was as well. But like 4 minutes after it was announced that he was suspended, it was clear what he had done. His reason is a little bit funny too.
He basically decided that he wanted to be the captain that day and help with the coin toss.
Mm-hmm. So they decide, before each game, they decide which 3 players from both teams are going to go to the center of the field and be part of the coin toss. They picked 3 Packers. None of the 3 were Alexander, but he's from Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where the Panthers play. So he felt like, it's my home.
Yeah, he deserves
town.
to do that.
I should be there. So he waltzed on up to the middle of the field and they threw the coin toss. And then not only was he standing there when he shouldn't have been, he called it, which it was not his place to do. And he called it incorrectly because you are either supposed to say receive or defer. And he said, I want my defense out there, which is neither of the options.
Which could have messed up the second half of the game.
Yeah.
But, the coach was not happy, and
they interviewed him after that game, and the reporters pointed out, like,
do you realize what you said?
And he didn't seem to at the time to feel like
he didn't notice he made a mistake.
No, and he didn't notice or seem to notice that it was bad that he went out there for the coin toss. So it sounds like they told him
after the game. Yeah, it must have been a pretty awkward conversation.
Definitely.
Like, you can't be doing that.
Yeah. You almost feel bad for him.
Yeah.
He just thought
that's how you learn.
Yeah. And that brings us to the segment where we quiz each other on how much we've learned.
Pop quiz.
Okay, so last time we did this was week 6 or 7. I quiz you on what you've learned about the pop culture side of things.
You did. I did not do well.
You quiz me on what I've learned about football. I thought I knew everything there was to know about football. I thought I'd learned it all. I was quickly humbled. And
we both have room for improvement this week.
So let's see if we can
see
redeem
what
ourselves.
we've learned.
Yeah. All right. Who should start?
I'll start.
Okay.
My first question.
Oh, I just got nervous.
This one I think we'll be able to get.
Okay. I hope so.
I'm excited to see. What is a safety in football?
This I know. A safety. Well, do you mean the player or the
I mean the
thing?
The play, I guess.
Yeah. It's how you get 2 points. And you do that by tackling someone who has the ball in their own end zone.
Yes,
right?
That's correct.
This one was sort of a question. Well, last time you asked, how do you get 2 points?
Yeah, so I kind of talked about it then.
And for weeks, I was still like, I actually don't really understand how you get 2 points.
It's my favorite play in the whole game.
I don't think I've seen one.
It's really exciting.
It sounds it.
They've been happening a lot this year, I feel like. But
I haven't been paying close attention. There's been a lot else to pay attention to, but I got it. All right, 1 point on the board.
1 point. All right, I'm stressed.
All right, again, we're starting easy. We're getting harder. I feel like you got this. I'm rooting for you. Which 2 rookie quarterbacks of this season were childhood friends?
CJ Stroud and Bryce. Why do I want to say Bryce Harper? But isn't that like
because we always want to call him that. I feel like we've done that before. Bryce Hall.
Bryce Young.
Yes.
That's it. 1 down.
Woo. Everybody's got points.
Okay, we needed that.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
We're starting off on a high.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for my second question.
Yeah.
Name 3 starting tight ends, not including Travis Kelce.
Oh, no. He's the only one. Oh, no.
You know.
Okay, no, I do know this.
You know, we've talked about a few of them.
Kincaid on the Bills. Is he a tight end?
Yes.
I have him on my team only for Travis's bye week. Was the
Okay.
only. Okay, I got 1.
There you go.
Okay, a tight end. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to just, George Kittle.
Yes.
Oh, because there was tight end day.
Yeah.
Okay. And George Kittle from the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
He's got long hair and a fun vibe.
Yeah, he's got tight end energy.
Definitely. Who else has tight end energy? Okay. I totally know it.
There's somebody else we've talked about.
No, I'm going to get it. Don't time me out. Everybody relax. A third tight end is, oh my gosh. Oh, Hawkinson on the Vikings.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ooh, wow, I'm sweating. Okay.
Right, you got 2.
Number 2, Kelly, what is the off-field connection between 49ers Christian McCaffrey and Dolphins Braxton Berrios?
Ooh, I know this one.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey is engaged to Olivia Culpo.
Yes.
Who is sisters with Sophia Culpo, who's dating Braxton Berrios. Used to date.
Yes.
Used to date.
Yes. Nailed it. Wow. 2 for 2 all around. This is
I know the tea.
Yes. It's good tea.
How many starting quarterbacks have the Vikings had this season?
Oh, okay. So we're looking for just a number.
Just a number.
This isn't my final answer. My gut is saying 3 or 4, but I'm going to sort of talk it out. We started with Kirk Cousins. Love him. He tore his Achilles soon after Aaron Rodgers did. So they replaced him with somebody else, probably. I don't think it was Josh Dobbs immediately. Oh, it was right before the trade deadline. Actually, it was. The day he got injured was the day before the trade deadline. So they traded for Josh Dobbs. He had never practiced with the team. He had a great game, but now he's been demoted to like the 3rd QB3. So 3, final answer.
Oh.
No, was it 4?
You had it. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, there was someone who played in between Kirk and Josh.
Oh,
for
who
like
was
a week.
it?
Jaron Hall. He got hurt.
Never even heard of that person in my life.
And right now it's Nick Mullins.
I don't know.
Is there
I don't know him either.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's fine. It's okay.
It's a tough one.
All right. My third question for you. 4 active starting quarterbacks are currently expecting a child. Name 3 of them.
Okay.
We've talked about one on the pod.
So that one I know.
Okay.
That's Dak Prescott.
Yes.
He's expecting a child.
Yes.
Tua.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were going to say a different one. But yes.
So that's 2.
Yes. And he hasn't announced his pregnancy, but he posted a picture with he's very private, but he posted a picture with his wife and she's like super pregnant. So, yep, that's 2.
And then the third one. Is Sierra pregnant again? I'm going to go with Russell Wilson.
So close. They just had a baby, so she's no longer pregnant. Baker Mayfield expecting his second.
You did mention that earlier.
And then the 4th, I just found out. Drew Lock. Apparently he's expecting, but we've never talked about that. So how could we have known?
Yeah.
Well, we both came close, but we're both 2 for 3.
we're tied up.
Yes. 2 questions left on both sides.
All right. My next question number 4.
Yeah.
What position does Max Crosby play?
A defensive end.
Ooh, yes. I thought that was going to be a trick question. It's a tough position to remember.
I don't know any defensive players' positions except for that one. I don't even know what other ones to guess. I guess defensive tackle. I've heard of that.
Like cornerback.
Oh, cornerback is defensive. Oh, those are all defensive.
You know.
All right. Question number 4 from the T side. There are 2 blanks in this sentence. For full credit, we'll need both. Blank, a backup quarterback that started in the second half of this season's ex-girlfriend, Gia Duddy, was allegedly dating blank, a country music star.
Ooh. Will Levis. That's the first one. His ex is allegedly dating Morgan Wallen.
Yes!
Morgan Wallen.
2 for 2. Full credit.
Woo!
Okay, so we're both 3 out of 4.
Wow, crushing it.
We're crushing it. We're learning so much from each other.
Yeah.
This is an educational
I was
podcast.
really nervous. This is the final round.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So my final question, which coach was fired 2 consecutive years in a row?
I know this. In a row. So I'm not locking anything in.
Okay.
Josh McDaniels was fired from both of his head coaching jobs, but in between he went back to offensive coordinator. So it was not 2 years in a row, I think. So if it's not him, who else was just fired? It's not the Chargers, because I feel like he's been a Chargers coach for a while. Also, I can't think of his name, so I won't be able to answer that anyway. What about, it's somebody who's making so much money. He was like, I'm done coaching. And it's like, well, no wonder, because you're making so much money by not coaching. Why would you want to coach? Okay, everybody relax. Let me just think about this. Who's been fired so far? Raiders, but it's not him. Chargers, but it's not him. Panthers? What is the Panthers coach's name? Do I get partial credit for knowing that he was the Panthers coach? I'm just going to guess his name is Will.
No, that was really good though. You know
who he is.
You know what he said after he was fired.
Yeah,
but I
do not know his name.
His name is Frank Wright.
Frank, yes. All right, 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. All right, Kelly, 5th question for the win. Ooh, I feel like I should make it harder, but I won't. I have integrity. Earlier this year, Tyrod Taylor broke up with reality and online personality Drea Michelle. Name at least one other famous man Drea Michelle is rumored to have dated.
Oh, man.
We've got 7 to choose from.
Oh, wow. Wait, doesn't have to be a football player.
No.
Okay. So yeah, she dated a lot of people. Now I'm remembering this one. She likes basketball players.
That's true.
But I don't know which ones.
There's some other athletes in there.
Any other football players?
I will answer that with a yes.
Okay. Stephon Diggs. Didn't he date somebody?
He did. And we have talked about his dating life. But
That's not the answer.
And maybe secretly he has dated Drea Michelle. But as far as the website who'sdatedwho.com is concerned, which is, by the way, my
There's
favorite
7 to choose
website.
from.
There's
Damn.
more. There's more, but there were 7 that like we both would know the name. Orlando Scandrick, she was engaged to for a while. He's a basketball player. French Montana was Khalifa, Ray J, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne,
rappers.
and The Game were all there on the list.
Okay, it's mostly rapper. I was thinking
More athletes.
and I didn't know a single basketball player's name.
Right, like what is
Just
a
froze.
basketball player? Wow, we both improved
we're tied.
significantly, and everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Wow, so I think last time we were both 1 for 5 or 2 for 5, and this time we were both
3 for
3
5.
for 5.
And
that
I
was
feel,
good.
Yeah,
Decent
good
showing.
about our answers.
Same.
Like we both were close, kind of.
Yes.
You were closer than I was.
No, but we both like knew the context,
Yeah.
knew the
who it could be.
the gist.
Yeah.
Definitely. Good game.
Good game. Wow, that was a lot of fun. And
I
now
like
that brings us to our final goss.
Final Goss.
Okay, so this one was also sent in from somebody on Instagram. So Dumois, which we've talked about before, it's all like blind item crowdsourced gossip, has an exclusive newsletter where you get extra blind items, I think, if you pay for them.
Ooh.
I don't, but thankfully one of our lovely followers sent us this blind item. So our final goss is going to be
Thank you.
speculating about whether or not we think this is true and who we think it could be. So here's the blind item. Subject: when the wifey's away, QBs will play.
Ooh.
Message: anonymous, please. Rumor has it this NFL QB can't wait for his wife to take the family away for the holidays so he can get back to spending time with her friend. In parentheses,
Her friend.
Rumors say others too.
Oh.
The married friend is jumping leagues with this alleged liaison, and the QB may want to run if the hubby brings his bat out of retirement. To be honest with you, this bums us out because we thought he was one of the good ones.
Wow.
So
There's a lot of information.
There's
there.
a lot of information.
It's kind of like a riddle.
Yes, there's a lot of clues. So what we know from this is it's so it's a quarterback, so that narrows it down from all the other NFL players. It's a married quarterback, so that narrows it down further. One with a family,
Okay.
so married with children, whose wife is friends with a retired baseball player's wife.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
after hubby bring his bat out of retirement, and that he's like known to be a good guy because this person thought he was one of the good ones.
Yeah, so it has to be a quarterback with a family in a city where there's a baseball team.
Yeah. So we have narrowed it down to the 8 married quarterbacks who have families. And those are Matt Stafford and his wife, Kelly Stafford, who we talked about in week 1. She's a T Huddle fave.
Yeah, in LA, in the Rams.
Joe Flacco, who's back from retirement, and his wife, Dana Grady. Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes.
Yes, we know them.
Celebs in their own right.
That would be wild.
That would be blow everyone's mind. Tua and his very private pregnant wife, Anna. They already have 1 kid.
Okay.
So this would be their second. Ryan Tannehill, who is injured right now.
He's injured. He's on the Titans.
And his wife, Lauren Tannehill. They have a bunch of kids. Russell Wilson and Sierra. They have 4 kids as a family. That would also be wild because they're very famous.
Yeah, she's very famous.
Kirk Cousins and Julie Cousins. This would rock me because they're just the sweetest. I've obviously.
And he's home a lot right now. Like that would be too much.
And lastly, Derek Carr and his wife, Heather Neal. They have a bunch of kids.
I would be surprised about every single one of these people.
Definitely. So going through that list, looking at each of these guys, I mean, obviously, who knows anything? But based on what we've narrowed it down to, I don't think there's truth to this. I'm calling BS on this blind. It's still fun to
Yeah.
I dug around and was trying to find if
does
any
anyone
of
have like a pass?
Yeah, and if any of these wives are good friends with retired baseball player wives.
Okay.
I got nothing. I wish I could be here and be like, Kelly Stafford's best friend is Derek Jeter's wife. But as far as I can tell, they're not. So I was going through all these women's Instagrams, and every time they you can sort of tell a wag when you see one. Like,
okay, so you're looking through to see like if there's anyone.
Yeah, if they're like, so they tagged a friend, and they're all like fit, beautiful, like wearing really nice clothes. So I would click on the women and
find their husbands,
and they're all
wow, that's some
football.
digging.
It was, I had a lot of time with the family.
For the holidays.
They're all friends with just football wives. I didn't find any baseball wives. The only history of cheating that I was able to find. So Russell Wilson was married once before Ciara. Ciara was also married once before. There were rumors that his marriage ended due to cheating, but not his cheating. There are rumors that his first wife, Ashton Meme, cheated on him with his Seahawks teammate, Golden Tate.
Oh man! I remember hearing about this.
Which is a crazy name.
But so it sounds like he wouldn't cheat if that ended his first marriage.
Definitely. And with his wife's friend.
Yeah, and that's what he went through. Hopefully he wouldn't do that.
So looking at the list and having stalked them all thoroughly, I don't get the vibe from any of these men that they would cheat on their wife, the mother of their children, with her friend.
So we're hoping that this is all just a rumor. And none of them are the culprit here.
If I find that any of these women are friends with a former baseball player, we will report back. But hopefully these are all just like good husbands and good men, and we have nothing further to report on this.
Well, that wraps it up. I hope everyone has a happy and safe New Year. Can't wait for some New Year's Eve football.
We will be keeping tabs on the relationships and beef off the field, so tune in next Thursday. But until then,
stay juicy.